The houses and apartments in Spain are so ugly, the service in restaurants is even worse. I don't know how I ever thought of coming to Spain, and life is just the worst. There's nothing like the United States, and besides, Spaniards aren't nice, they're so stuck up, they stink, they don't shower. Don't judge me, I didn't say this. Someone left this comment on my social media. Let's debunk this a little bit. In this video, I'll talk about my experience living in Spain and all the wonderful things I stand up for while I spend my birthday in a house. Ugly houses in Spain. I was shocked. Hi everyone, how are you? And welcome back to my channel. I am Anita Mateo. I am a Cuban living in Galicia, Spain. Galicia is the best place in Spain, and that's not up for discussion. I love this place, and today I'm turning 30, so take a minute to leave me a birthday comment down below. Let's start with a comment someone left me on one of my social media accounts. It was this comment, but it's from a person who spoke to me with what felt like a lot of contempt. They spoke about Spain with a lot of contempt, as if Spain is the worst country. That they don't know how I could have chosen Spain to live in horrible things. Well, not that horrible. I understand that it's their personal opinion. Okay, I get it. You say the United States is better and Spain is trash, but that's just your experience. I want to share my own. After 3 years here and turning 30, I'm very satisfied with what I've achieved. If I hadn't come to Spain and stayed in Cuba, my reality at 30 would be very different. And it's all thanks to that. Join me in this vlog because it's going to be very interesting and I'm going to tell you a lot. And well, I understand and respect every opinion. This person, well, maybe went through a situation that made them feel really bad here in Spain, but not everyone has the same reality. You can't generalize. I know that Spain has gone through changes in recent years, just like I feel every country has changed in the last few years, and it's something we can't avoid, unfortunately. I feel that what we can do is take advantage of the opportunities that the country we move to gives us and try to see the positive side and what it can offer us, and if you don't like it, then leave. But so far, I have liked what Spain has had to offer me, although it could be that at some point I no longer see the positive side or what it can offer. I feel comfortable here. I may stop feeling that it's the country where I want to grow, but for now, after almost 4 years here, for me, it has been my best choice. Here, I feel fulfilled and satisfied. I'm turning 30, and honestly, I'm looking back and saying, wow, in just 3 years in Spain, I managed to take advantage of the opportunities we had when we were young, and now I'm going to tell you all these things that I feel are important for you to see. If I hadn't come to Spain, I couldn't have achieved this. You might say the United States is better, and I could have reached these goals faster, or maybe not at all. Who knows? I don't know. For example, number one, to keep working on my social media. When I came to Spain, I've always said this, I've mentioned it in many videos. I didn't come thinking I'd keep doing social media. I came thinking that at some point I would have to look for another job, that social media is a job, and it was my job in Cuba. But I said maybe in Spain what I do won't be enough for me to live on. Or maybe people don't want to watch my videos anymore because I changed my content. Now it's me in Spain. And I understand and I respect that you don't like my content anymore. In fact, a lot of people stopped following me and I respect it. I understand. I've also stopped following people's content that I'm no longer interested in. That's real. But for me, it was a surprise that when I arrived in Spain, I created a new community. A lot of new people started following me because they wanted to follow my life, my journey, and the tips I was giving about living here in Spain. As someone who started from scratch, nobody gave me anything. I did receive a lot of help, especially from my friend, but help in terms of paperwork and settling here. But all the work and everything I've built, I've done myself thanks to my social media. I said, wow, I can still make a living from my social media here, so I'm going to keep doing this a little longer while I can. And look at me now. Everything I've achieved is because I believed in myself and kept trusting even during many low moments when I thought there was no future. Or reading negative comments and saying, well, maybe they're right. But then I realized by being persistent and consistent with my goals that no, I did have a future. That I have to believe in myself because I am capable of many things. Well, as you know, since I arrived in Spain, I have improved the quality of my videos a lot, the quality of the content on my channel. And one of the things I invest in the most is my tools for creating content. Because at the end of the day, this is my job. And for me, providing you with content that looks nice, high quality, with clean audio like this is one of my priorities. I used to have a lot of problems with audio, with a bunch of things, with the footage being shaky. And I believe that good equipment isn't an expense, it's an investment. For me, it's an investment. Just a few days ago, I received the new DJI Osmo Pocket 4. And since I just happened to have a trip to France planned, I decided to take it with me to try it out on a real trip. If you followed this channel, you know I've used the Osmo Pocket 3 for over a year. It's been an amazing tool, helping me capture some of my favorite memories. From the past few years, my trips, my life, my experiences, my family in Cuba, because cameras don't just record videos, they also record memories. Let's unbox my DJI Osmo Pocket 4. I got the creator pack. It's my favorite because it comes with all the accessories you need to create content. Microphone and all its accessories. This time it comes with this microphone, a tripod, very useful. And this is new. It's like a light that's built in. Let's see how it works because I have no idea. I set up my Osmo Pocket and microphone charger. Here it is. How wonderful. I love it. I started setting it up the way I like because since I already have the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, I kind of know how it works. Let's see what's new with this Osmo Pocket 4. This light is great for me. The first thing that really caught my attention is the image quality. It features a new 1-inch CMOS sensor with 14 stops of dynamic range. And that makes the colors look much more natural and preserves a lot of detail both in bright areas and in shadows. It also includes 6 cinematic tungsten film looks built in so you can give each scene a different style directly from the camera without needing to edit later. And also, the new DJI Osmo Pocket 4 features a 2x zoom that records in 4K. And this is great for zooming in on a landscape, a building, or a cinematic looking shot from far away. I loved it, and another feature I really wanted to try is the slow motion in 4K also at 240 frames per second. It gives you a lot of options to get more cinematic shots. I also wanted to try how it records when there's less light backlit or at night when there isn't much light. On top of that, I love that it came with this light. This is a new discovery for me that I love because many times the most beautiful moments of a trip happen right at the end of the day. And honestly, I was really surprised by how well the details are preserved and how you can still see the colors even when there's very little light. Another feature that I loved is that it comes with more than 100 GB of internal storage in addition to the SD card you can insert. This is a plus. By the way, I'll be leaving all the information for you in case you also want your Osmo. If you want to create content with me, just record. You don't have to record just because you create content. Before I started creating content, I enjoyed taking pictures, recording things, and preserving memories. And this camera is an amazing tool, plus it's really handy, it's small, you can assemble and disassemble it, and you can add tools that make recording much easier for you. For me, it's a small treasure I always bring on trips. I never leave without my DJI Osmo Pocket in my bag, and now the Osmo Pocket 4 will always come with me. So all the information in case you want to buy it or if you want to learn a little more about it, I'll leave it down below in the description and in the pinned comment. So let's continue with our vlog and keep experimenting with this Osmo, which is my new favorite gadget. And well, we're going to be staying these days in a little cabin here in Galicia. It's near Santiago. We found it on booking and it costs approximately, well, it cost us about 400 euros for 2 days for 4 people. So that's roughly 100 per person. They serve breakfast in a cute basket. I'll show you a mini cabin tour. Here's the kitchen. And since I'm the first to arrive, I'm taking advantage before anyone else gets here. The decoration is really beautiful. Look at that little lamp up there and it has this countertop and that's where all the stuff is. This is a gift for me for my birthday and it has this living room. I love it. All the details in the decoration. It has this firewood area and a firewood kit which is really nice. It says there that it costs 15 euros if you want to use it. This is the small living room with a very rustic cabin-like decor. I love it. It fascinates me. Look, the lamp looks like deer antlers. I hope they're not from a real deer. And everything is made of wood. Obviously, there's the Wi-Fi, a TV over here, and oh no, wait, this is the best part, but I'll save that for the end. This would be a room, the first room. There's the crib, because my friend is coming with her baby, and this is the first bed, which we'll obviously leave for them since they have the baby. They put some towels here for us, some bathrobes, and a basket with a blanket. Here I am getting dressed, and over here we have the other room, this cool chair. How nice. This is the other room, which would be my room, but well, this room doesn't have a bed. It has, well, a bunk bed. I got the tough spot, look, a bunk bed, but I think it's really nice, and look at the view I have over here. Just countryside. I mean, we're surrounded by fields, by nature. I love it. And lastly, the bathroom. No, actually, over here we have... There's an area with a jacuzzi, and look at the floor. The floor is all made of wood. It has this seat, some little chairs over there, this seat, the jacuzzi, and an amazing view. The bathroom, it's really big, really nice. Here they have these towel racks, the sink here, super cute. They gave us towels, a hair dryer, toilet paper, the toilet, and the shower. It's super spacious, super spacious. It's all of this. It's really big, and there are a lot more little cabins and tons of things to do. It's like a very natural area, very relaxing, and I don't know if you can see over there, but there are more cabins. There's even one up in a tree. I think this time that one would be my favorite. There's even a pool, but no one is in it because it's cloudy today, even though it's warm. Also, another thing that seems really crazy to me is when people say that Spaniards aren't very nice, that they're rude. This is completely wrong in my experience, and I live in the north where people are considered most reserved. To me, Spaniards are super amazing as people. They're direct, they're honest, they'll tell you what they think, they won't beat around the bush. Those are qualities I admire in people, not when they go around in circles. They are who they are, and honestly, to me, they're incredible human beings. I've learned so much from the attitude of Spaniards about setting boundaries, being honest about how I feel, and facing problems head on. To me, they really are incredible. Another thing I achieved, something I'm truly proud of, is that I bought my apartment. And yes, these might be things I'm repeating, but they're things I say. Sometimes I even tell myself, no, I'm not that good at what I do. I can achieve more. It's like I put too much pressure on myself and I say, Anita, calm down. You've been in Spain for 3 years and you've achieved so many things. Even a lot of people write to you saying that maybe it took them more years to achieve those things, which I understand. Look, everyone goes through a different process. We don't have to compare ourselves because sometimes I get a lot of those comments. For example, if I take a trip, people say, you're traveling. Many Spaniards in Spain don't travel. It's the same as in Cuba. I spent 26 years of my life without traveling in Cuba, but now I've arrived in Spain. I work and I prioritize things because I don't have children. My only responsibility is myself and helping my family in Cuba. So if I want to take a vacation, save up a little money, and have a nice holiday, then I do it. Just like many Spaniards do. Because I know them, there are many people who travel, and I also understand that there are many people que viajan, como entiendo que hay muchas personas. It's normal for some people to not travel because they have other priorities. We shouldn't compare ourselves since everyone is on a different path. My story, my process is individual. It's my life, and my life doesn't have to be the same as everyone else's. That's something we have to understand. Maybe someone else bought their house in just a year. Many people from abroad have messaged me saying, wow, Anita, you inspired me. Now I can buy a house too, since I know how it works. If you did it, so can I, and that's what I want to share. If I made it, you can too. Some people have told me they bought their apartment even sooner than I did. Some in just 2 years with a mortgage. Yes, I think if you stay focused and know how to do things right and concentrate on what you want, you can achieve it, you know? And for me, having my own little house is such an important achievement because when I was in Cuba, after I graduated from university and started working, I didn't really know what to do with my life. I was very lost. And I said, well, either I focus on building a future in Cuba and buy myself a house. You see, I don't have an inheritance. My family has always been, well, a very humble family. In Cuba, I didn't have an inheritance. I had nothing to fall back on. I had to build my own path. So I wondered, how can I get a house in Cuba? I have no idea. Or should I just leave the country? So when I started to make a little money thanks to social media, my priority was to leave the country and then figure out how to sort out my life afterwards. And another thing that I'm very proud of about myself and what I've achieved in Spain is that I feel that thanks to me and to the fact that I emigrated, my family is also thriving. Cuban families often grow up with a relative abroad who helps out. My family situation wasn't like that. We never, at least my family, we didn't have much financial support from anyone. We didn't have family members sending us money every month or anything like that. And just to be clear, it's not the responsibility of the person who's abroad to support the one who's back home. That's not an obligation. Some people help out of kindness because it's their parents or simply because they want to, but everyone chooses for themselves. I don't see it as an obligation. I think it comes from within, and if you have the means, since some people struggle abroad too. Like when you leave Cuba, you're not a millionaire, you don't have a money tree or anything like that. But now I've grown up and I'm the closest relative who's living abroad. For example, my sister, my mother, my father. And I really do make an effort every month to help them and send them some support, especially now that Cuba is in such a bad situation. My mom emigrated thanks to her own efforts because she sold her house. She also helps my sister financially, who is still in Cuba, and my nephews. My nephews are having a childhood that I wouldn't say is perfect because they have blackouts. They have a lot of needs, and the country keeps them from having a decent life, but at least I send them toys, I send them food, and I feel proud to be able to help my family in that way. Also, when it's within my means, because I can't always do it, I'll be honest with you, and many times I can't right now. This month, I have to pay quarterly taxes and file my income tax return, and sometimes we're pretty limited. And even though you see me traveling and all that, my friends paid for this for my birthday, you know? I don't pay for everything myself, my friends and my partner help, you know? They pooled some money together so I could have this experience and gave me this as a birthday present. So many times you don't really know someone's situation behind the scenes. But anyway, the point is that I feel proud to be able to help my family, that my nephews have some toys and are so happy because I send them toys, that they can have that happiness that many children don't have, unfortunately. And when I send them something and see them so happy, I feel very happy because I know I made them happy with my effort here in Spain. I was able to give them something. Ideally, I would bring them here, but that's another issue. It takes time and is difficult. And well, I totally understand that this comment, I'm going to put it here once more, has to do with a personal experience. And what I talk about and my channel is about my personal experiences and what I have lived through 100%. I always try to be honest with you, both the positive and the negative aspects of living in Spain and Galicia. Each autonomous community in Spain is unique. Living in Catalonia, Andalusia, the Canary Islands, or Galicia is very different. My life is in Galicia, and the things I talk about are based on my experiences. Here in Galicia, I have nothing to complain about because a lot of what I have is because I chose this place. Maybe if I'd picked a different place, things might have turned out better or worse, but we can't know because those things never happened. I simply followed this path and achieved these things. So, what do you think about the recording with the Osmo Pocket 4? Look, the image looks really great, I love it. Sometimes we complain too much, but sometimes we need to see all the good things that life has given us. Because unfortunately, you only get one life and we have to know how to make the most of it and simply be happy. It's about complaining less, criticizing less, and enjoying the time we have here a little more. By the way, subscribe. It's super important that you subscribe and like this video. No, don't forget or I won't upload more videos. Just kidding, we upload videos every Sunday. Now in the summer, with a little less frequency because I'm also trying to take fewer vacations since I need to rest my mind. This job is very exhausting. I know it's not physically demanding. I know there are many worse jobs, but this job sometimes wears you out mentally. And recently, I felt really mentally overwhelmed, so during the summer, I'll upload fewer videos, but I hope you enjoy the few videos I do upload. Bye.